of the Sangguniang Bayan of ISULAN is hereby called to order. The invocation to be led by Honorable Moises Dular and the Councilor's Creed to be led by Honorable Darlene Lama.
So let us pray and let us put ourselves in the presence of God. In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Diyos nga may nga labing balaan, nagapasalamat at nagaymaya kami sa imo sa karon nga hapunanon. Nagapangayo kami sang patawad, patawara kami sa amon mga sala, subong nagapatawad kami sa amon isig katawo. Kagaron nga hapon ginapangayo namon sa imo ang mga bendisyon, ilabi na gid ang kinaalam, kung sa diin na ginapangayo namon ang kinaalam nga ihatag sa atong presiding officer kag sa amon man, agod nga matakal namon ang mga kinahanglanon para sa session agud makaserbisyo kung may maayo sa amon sa katawhan. Kagaron nagapasalamat man kag nagadayaw kami sa imo ilabi na ginsuwon nga panahon nga kung sa diin sa ulog kami sa imo nga pagkatao sa sining nga kalibutan. Initanan among ginapangayo o ginapangamuyo pinaagi sa imo bugtong pang anak sa Kristo amon Dios. Amen.
Sa dagatang mundo, sa simon at sa langit mo mahal, may ginagaw tulad at hawit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang bisang ng wakaan mo'y tanong ay narating, ang bituin at haragyan kailan kamay di magiging. Walang araw ng walang ibang sila, ay langit sa piling mo.
Daan kaming mga nilalang na isinilang sa katimugan. Isulan ang tawag naming pangalan, mayo tayong puso'y may kagalakan. Kandungan ka ng bawat nitiin, sa pag-away sandigan ka namin. Isulan ang lang simulain, tanikala sa puso't diwa namin. Sa bugso ng mga pagsubok, kaagapay kaming magkakabuklod. Dugo, pawis, alay sa hamon, buhay na sagana at payapa. Isulan, dakilang iyong pangalan. Aming pagyamanin, likas mong kayamanan. Ibandila ang karangalan, mahal namin ang bayan. Mahal namin ang bayan. Mahal namin ang bayan.
Please raise our right hands to recite the Councilor's Creed. I am the Philippine Councilor, mandated by law, in measures and ordinance, that rebound to the general welfare of my constituents and their pursuits for happiness and peace and prosperity. I believe in the public service above self as a guiding principle of my official act, as I try to the pathways of local legislation. May the word of God by my people. Amen.
Okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, once again. So, welcome to our special session. So, Madam Secretary, let's have a roll call.
Honorable Arnold Armada, Honorable Carlo Apiado, Honorable Arjan K. Palyasigi, Honorable Moises Dular, Honorable Ryan Dumaran, Honorable Darlene Lama, Honorable Maria Jeneline Mejia, Honorable Maribel Cartujano Garingo, Honorable Marvin Dalanon, Honorable Joffer Durana, Honorable Will John Fuscablo, Honorable Presiding Officer, there are 10 members who are present and only one member is absent in the person of Honorable Maribel Cartujano Garingo, who is still on sick leave.
Okay, so quorum is declared. Okay, so next order of business.
So we are now on the reading and consideration of the minutes of the previous session. The minutes as of December 18, 2023.
Okay, so let's peruse and go over the minutes of our regular session held on December 18, 2023. Honorable Abiado.
I move for the adoption of our minutes dated December 18, 2023.
Okay, so the minutes of our regular session held on December 18, 2023 is hereby approved and adopted. So next item or next order of business.
We are now on the privilege hour, Your Honor.
Okay, so I believe it's the first time of Honorable Joffer Durana to attend the session. So welcome, Honorable ABC. And Can we hear a word from our ABC chairman?
Good afternoon. My highest respect to this august body, to the Vice Mayor. Sir, good afternoon. And to all honorable members, mayong hapon sa tanan. I'd like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude for the warm welcome. Bilang isang public servant, taimtim ko tinuwid ang Barangay Dansuli as punong barangay sa pag-serbisyo, no. And last December 15, I was held as a vice president ng Liga ng mga Barangay ISULAN chapter. So, though hindi man ko magpating ang napakasimple nga barangay chairman sang Barangay Dansuli ang napili nga maging leader sang 17 barangays as representing as a Liga president. So gani, no, ako naman thank you sa naging part diri sa ISB, no, and kagdako nga pagsalig sa akon sang 17 barangays. That's why I'm here, no. So sa tanan nga nagasalig kag tiwala sa kay Kap Durana, I do my best to represent 17 barangays in the municipality of ISULAN. So sa tanan, mayong hapon.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable ABC, no? And congratulations once again. Okay, so any member would like to render a privilege speech or any statement? Honorable Piado, Honorable Dalano next.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, personally, I would like to extend and express my congratulations to the newly elected ABC President, Honorable Geoffrey Durana, and looking forward for more programs and partnerships with the ABC and the Sangguniang Bayan, as well as this representation as Chairperson Committee on Finance and Committee on Education, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Apiado. Honorable Marvin Dalanon, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations sa aton nga bagong IBC President, another engineer in the Sangguniang Bayan of Isulan that can help us in the development of Isulan. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay, there being no more matter, Honorable Dalanon.
Diretso ko na lang. I want to request or make a resolution for this Ala River Basin. I would like to request inlets or outlets from and to the Ala River to be used as additional irrigation outlet for Isulan and drainage outlet at the lower portion of Ala River. No, at more or less every 2 kilometers or every 5 kilometers. To be requested to the project director of the Ala River Basin, Engineer Project Director Ramon A. Ariola III of the DPWH UPMO, FCMC. Thank you, Mr. Chair. For 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 next session na lang.
Okay. On a special session, so although we can also include additional item upon the approval of the members,
I think
but
next session
we can do
next
that
session na
next
lang.
session. Yes.
For
okay.
the first reading.
Hindi ba pwede?
Oh, ma-insert agenda. Okay. Okay. So,
Actually, regular session siya, ma'am. Hindi siya siguro special session.
Mr. Chair,
yes, Honorable Apiado.
just a parliamentary inquiry. I just want to ask, since this is a special session and no other matters will be taken up in a special session unless provided in the order of business, but I just want to check in our IRP if it is included in its provision that a 2/3 vote by all members present can add items in
That's why it can be done by the approval of the members present. Pero sige lang. Anyway, Honorable Dalanon already stated that he reserved that item next regular session. Although, to be clarified, Dugi state nga special session subong, no? Pero actually, ang regular session ta supposed to be held on December 25, no? Sa aton nga rules, if our regular session falls on a holiday, so our session should be on the next working day. The next working day was December 27, no? Anyway, kung special ni o regular, the same lang effect sining aton nga maagrihan or discussion karon, no? Okay. So, any more matter on privilege hour? Okay, so considering that there are no more matters raised on privilege hour, let's proceed for the items on first reading, Madam Secretary.
So, first reading, we have the resolution received from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. First, we have resolution number 546 SP, Series of 2023, declaring municipal ordinance number 2023-229 ISB, known as the Anti-Obstruction of Power Lines Act in the Municipality of ISULAN and providing for its rules and regulations and for other purposes valid and consistent with law.
Okay, so for information.
Resolution, Your Honor, resolution number 544, the 16th, Series of 2023, declaring resolution number 2023-38, enacting appropriation ordinance number 2023, entitled An Ordinance Authorizing the Supplemental Budget number 1 of the Municipality of Isulan for calendar year 2023 in the amount of 42,751,859 pesos, operative in its entirety.
Okay, so this settles the issue of the SRI we have released previously, and the additional budget for the Hamongaya Festival. And in supplemental budget number 1, diri nakasulod ang 1 million per barangay nga aid to barangay. Okay. Okay. So for our information and guidance,
Item number 2, Executive Order number 40, providing for the recomposition of the municipal gender and development focal point.
okay. Can you read the members, Madam Sec? kung focal point, this refers to the atong whole committee siguro, no? Kay kung focal person, atong focal person.
We have first the executive committee is composed of the Honorable Mayor as the chairperson, Honorable Darlene Lama, vice chairperson, members, Honorable Maria Janeline Mejia, Honorable John Foscablo, Dr. Lanifi Laguda, Miss Aileen Luctogan, Lalyn Fernandez, Evelyn Fantilanan, Judina Castillo, Gina Toledo, May Barrera, Cherry Bipitel, Roger Villagracia, Eric Pantilanan, Police Lieutenant Colonel Richilo Baladay Alusilha, Honorable Joffer Durana, Rosario Banzon, Gitar James Mercado. For the technical working group, we have the chairperson, the MSWDO, Ms. Luctugan, members, Andruel Palasigi, Judina Iscanio, yours truly, Evelyn Fantilanan, and Nelly Annette Zambrano, with the secretariat at the Sulipio, Jason Mark Largo, and Zed Gargarita. Those are composed the God focal point system, Your Honor.
So, for our information and guidance. Next item.
Item number 4, executive letter received from the Office of the Mayor requesting for the urgent passing of resolution authorizing the undersigned to enter into a relief prepositioning agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development, Field Office 12.
Okay. So, we have the presence of
MSWD.
so anyway, let's calendar this for second reading.
Item number 4, resolution number 2023-34, Barangay Sampao, approving the application of Michael Dumasis to operate a peryahan in Purok Lower Villa Clara, Barangay Sampao for this year's Santo Niño Chapel anniversary from December 20 to 31 to January 1 to 26, 2023.
So, for information.
Item number 5, resolution number 2, series of 2023 of Barangay Bambad. This is resolution for the approval of the demolition, renovation of the portion of the old Barangay Hall building.
For information.
Then we have the resolutions of Barangay Calawag 2. First, we have the resolution number 2023-19 of concurring the appointment of Judith Marcelia Yanagida as Barangay Administrator.
Okay, for information.
Resolution number 2023-20, resolution amending the internal rules of procedures of the Sangguniang Barangay of Calawag 2.
For information.
Then we have resolution number 21, still of Barangay Calawag 2, requesting the Santa Catalina Credit Cooperative to extend loans to barangay officials and staff and to authorize the barangay treasurer to comply with all the requirements.
So, for information.
Number 22, resolution number 22, resolution reorganizing the bids and awards committee of the barangay.
For information.
Then another resolution earnestly requesting Dato Paxa alias Magaw Dato, Provincial Governor of the Province of Sultan, Kudarat, for the installation of solar lights in 18 puruks of the barangay.
Oh. Okay. So, we'll endorse this to the Honorable Governor.
Another resolution number 2023-24, resolution for the utilization of appropriation ordinance number 2023-2, balances in the amount of 335,901 for the year-end evaluation of the barangay council staff and personnel of the barangay.
For information.
Then we have, finally, we have resolution number 2023-25, a resolution approving the creation of Purok Engineering, Calawag 2, ISULAN, Sultan, Kudarat.
For information.
Then we have the annual budget for calendar year 2024 of Barangay Kudanding.
Refer this to the Committee on Finance.
Then we have the annual budget for calendar year 2024 of Barangay Dilutilla.
Refer this to the Committee on Finance.
Then annual Barangay Youth Investment Plan for 2024 of Sangguniang Kabataan of Sampao.
Refer this to the Committee on Finance.
And item number 10, and finally we have the comprehensive Barangay Youth Investment Plan for calendar year 2026 of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Lagilayan.
Refer this to the Committee on Finance.
So we have no more items under first reading. So we'll proceed now to the committee reports. First, we have the Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriations, and Ways and Means.
Okay, so the Chairman is recognized. Honorable Apiado.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is the committee report of the Committee on Finance, Budget, Appropriations, and Ways and Means. Committee report number 2023-13. Pursuant to the referred matters to this committee, a series of committee hearings were conducted on December 5 and December 20, 2023 at 10 in the morning at the Sangguniang Bayan Session Hall. Invited during the said hearings were the Municipal Budget Officer, the Municipal Planning and Development Coordinator, the Municipal Engineer, and members comprising this committee, and the department heads of this local government. Items: letter from the Office of the Mayor addressed to the Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, requesting for the urgent passing of resolution for the adoption and approval of MBC Resolution number 003-2023, resolution approving and respectfully endorsing to the Office of the Sangguniang Bayan of ISULAN, Sultan, Kudarat, the 2024 Annual Investment Program of the Municipality of ISULAN for adoption. And number 2, letter received from the Office of the Mayor addressed to the Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, requesting for the urgent passing of resolution for the adoption and approval of MBC Resolution number 2023-002-3B MDC, resolution approving and favorably endorsing to the Sangguniang Bayan of ISULAN the proposed programs, projects, activities under the 20% Development Fund for calendar year 2024 amounting to 81,590,000 pesos for adoption. Findings, item number 1, annual investment plan for calendar year 2024 of the Municipality of ISULAN by virtue of MDC Resolution number 003-2003 MDC. The Municipal Development Council has approved and endorsed to the Sangguniang Bayan the annual investment plan of the Municipality of ISULAN, Sultan, Kudarat for calendar year 2024 through Resolution number 003-2023 MDC, entitled a resolution approving and respectfully endorsing to the Sangguniang Bayan of ISULAN, Sultan, Kudarat the annual investment plan of the Municipality of ISULAN for calendar year 2024 for adoption. The AIP comprises the annual planning document that ranks and prioritizes the PPAs of the municipal government of ISULAN in accordance with the funding capability of the municipality, which constitutes the total resource requirement for the integration in the annual general budget for fiscal year 2024, including in the detailed annual allocation for every PPAs based on the existing local development investment plan, and the regular operational budget constituting the personal services, maintenance and other operating expenses, and the capital outlays of every office and sections of the municipal government, and including the appropriations to mandatory programs and other special purpose appropriations. The AIP for calendar year 2024 lists of programs, projects, and activities targeted to be implemented in 2024, which were called out from the six-year Comprehensive Development Plan for calendar year 2019 to 2024. It serves as an implementing mechanism for the CDP, and its process ensures that the plan is reflective and supportive of the people's sentiments and has generated popular support from the stakeholders. It also embodies the programs of expenditures for both capital and current operating requirements of the municipal government of ISULAN, which is a result of the concerted efforts of the different stakeholders and the different offices of this local government unit after the conduct of series of prior consultations in furtherance of transparency and accountability. The 2024 AIP budget summary provides as follows. Under the Office of the Mayor, the total PS is 27,107,368 with an MOOE of 70,171,626, capital outlay of 2,710,000 with a total amount of 99,988,994. The breakdown of this budget will be reported during the General Fund deliberation later on, Mr. Chair. For the Office of the Vice Mayor, the total PS under the Office of the Vice Mayor is 19,644,064 pesos with an MOOE of 12,364,000 and a capital outlay of 3,740,000 with the total amount of 35,748,064 pesos. Under the Office of the Secretary to the SB, the total PS of 6,258,675, an MOOE of 1,411,000, capital outlay of 60,000 with total amount of 7,729,675. Under the Office of the Municipal Treasurer, the total PS is 11,671,980 pesos, MOOE of 3,380,000, capital outlay of 160,000, total amount of 15,652,760 pesos. Office of the Municipal Assessor, the total PS is 5,694,792 pesos and 80 centavos. An MOOE of 1,821,000 pesos, capital outlay of 500,000 with total appropriation of 8,015,792 pesos. Office of the Municipal Agriculturist, Office of the Municipal Accountant, the total PS is 5,785,818 pesos. The MOOE is 1,690,000 with total appropriation of 7,475,818 pesos. For the Office of the Municipal Planning and Development Coordinator, the total PS is 6,005,923, an MOOE of 1,482,000 pesos, capital outlay of 50,000 pesos. Total amount, we have 7,537,923. Office of the Municipal Budget, the total PS is 3,904,462. The MOOE is 1,313,000 pesos with total amount of 5,217,462. Office of the Municipal Legal Officer, the total PS for Municipal Legal Office, 2,296,338, MOOE of 298,000 pesos with a total amount of 2,594,338. Office of the Municipal Civil Registrar, the total PS is 4,356,990, MOOE of 1,520,000, capital outlay of 325,000 with a total amount of 5,201,990. Office of the Municipal Engineer, the total PS is at 12,244,033 pesos. For MOOE, 2,148,000. Capital outlay of 1 million with a total amount of 15,392,033 pesos. Office of the Municipal Health, the total PS is 23,001,833 pesos. The total MOOE is 12 million, and the total amount we have 35,909,833. For the MSWDO, the total PS is 5,083,474 pesos. MOOE of 1,232,000, and a total amount of 6,315,474. Office of the Municipal Agriculturist, the total PS is 11,339,879 pesos with a total MOOE of 4,915,000. The total amount is 16,254,879. Office of the Municipal Administrator, the total PS is 1,745,815 pesos. MOOE of 308,000 with a total amount of wala maliining sa admin. The total amount for admin office is 2,053,815. A clerical error, please omit the. Okay na. Office of the Municipal Environment and Natural Resources. Their PS is under the Office of the Mayor, and they have their MOOE of 7,105,000, capital outlay of 260,000. With a total amount of 7,365,000. Under the roads special appropriation, the MOE of 39,730,000. Economic enterprises, their PS is 15,083,416. MOE of 9,470,000 with a total amount of 24,823,416. Under the MDRMO, the total PS is 2,802,657 with the total MOE of 528,000, capital outlay of 50,000, and a total amount of 3,380,657. The total breakdown of special purpose appropriations, we have the 5% local disaster risk reduction management fund amounting to 24,588,120. For our 20% development fund, we have 81,500,000. Aid to barangay, we have 17,000. 700 million pesos. Gender and development, we have 13,733,773. For LCPC, we have 2,609,842. For senior citizens, we have 2,764,360 pesos. For persons with disabilities, we have 611,000. We have financial assistance to MLGOO, we have 800,000. We have a general fund adjustment for operational requirement. We have 16,356 pesos and 26 centavos. The total appropriation, Mr. Chair, is 143,752 pesos 678 pesos and 20 centavos. Discussions and findings. The detailed budget per department of the LGU are contained in the committee report number 2023-13 of the Committee on Finance, Budget Appropriations and Ways and Means. And number 2, the GAD plan and budget was approved by virtue of GAD Council Resolution number 2023-1 in the amount of 23,000. Hindi. Tama ba ning amount? The total amount under the GAD fund budget, the GAD fund comprises 5% of, tama ma'am Lalino? 5% of the total budget, amounting to 23,673,000. Per council resolution includes the LCPC budget and likewise constitutes the amount by attribution. And before I continue, Mr. Chair, I would like to, with the indulgence of the Chair, recognize the presence of our department heads, especially members of the Local Finance Committee.
We will recognize them later.
Yes, Mr. Chair. And number 3, it is not noteworthy that the financial assistance to the concerned national agencies are not reflected, taking into consideration that these items form part of the GAD budget. All proposed projects are incorporated in the 20% development fund. Item number 2, PPEs under the 20% development fund for calendar year 2024 by virtue of resolution number 2023-002B -002-3-B MDC. The MDC also approved and endorsed the PPEs under the 20% development fund through resolution number 2023-002-3-B MDC, entitled a resolution approving and respectfully endorsing to the Sangguniang Bayan of ISULAN, Sultan Kudarat, the proposed programs, projects, activities under the 20% development fund for calendar year 2024 amounting to 81,590,000 pesos. Identifying the PPAs as follows. Programs, projects, activities, we have for social services sector. Number 1, rehabilitation, repair, improvement of ISULAN Public Market amounting to 1 million pesos. Rehabilitation, repair, improvement of ISULAN Integrated Transport Terminal or our public terminal amounting to 500,000 pesos. Number 3, installation, repair, maintenance of municipal street lighting system amounting to 3 million pesos. With a subtotal of 4,500,000. Under the economic services sector, number 1, debt service amounting to 30 million pesos. Number 2, construction, repair, rehabilitation, maintenance of roads, bridges, and drainage canals. We have concreting of Palermo Street, Phase 1, with a length of 400 meters amounting to 6 million pesos. Concreting of Pinesa Street, Phase 2, 400 meters amounting to 6 million pesos. Rehabilitation of drainage canal along Sionco Street, Phase 2.
Honorable Apiado,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
to para ma-conserve ta aton nga time, ang AIP ta is exactly the same amount sa budget ta.
Not necessarily, Mr. Chair. There are items in the AIP na mas dako ang amount as compared to the
Our
budget.
so the total amount included or the total amount indicated in the AIP is not the same with the total amount of the budget.
There are some items, Mr. Chair.
So the total amount included in this AIP is how much?
The total amount under our AIP, Mr. Chair, is 722,403,289 pesos and 47 centavos.
Okay.
This includes the amount budget under the SEF.
Okay. So this amount is bigger than the total budget that we have.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Honorable Apiado, I suggest we will, although this is still on committee report, pero ang mayoguro, i-discuss na lang ang item one by one. There is a AIP naton. So that kung ma-exhaust na aton questions, pag-abot sa second reading, edi for approval ta na. Kay kung basahon ta ni tanan, i-adapt ta, pag-abot sa second reading, saka ta mag-discuss isa-isa do madoble aton nga oras sa pag sa committee.
We can present to you the entire AIP, Mr. Chair.
There is sige, so just continue with your presentation.
The one I was presenting a while ago contains the 20% development fund, which is more specific, the budgeted amount under the 20% development fund.
So,
The
later on, you will present the AIP?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Sige.
But
Okay,
the
just-
20% fund contains the specific budget intended for these programs and projects.
Okay. So, the deliberation and questions are reserved on second reading?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Okay.
May I continue, Mr. Chair? Rehabilitation of drainage canal along Galiego Street, Phase 2, with 178 linear meter amounting to 1 million pesos. Construction of drainage canal along Ajuero Street, Phase 1, 180 linear meter amounting to 390,000 pesos. Concreting of Andres Capunan Road, Andres Capunan Road, 400 meters, amounting to 4,720,000. Concreting of La Corte Street, Phase 2, 260 meters, 3,900,000. Concreting of Loud Street, Phase 2, 260 meters, amounting to 3.9 million pesos. Construction of drainage canal along Pane Street, 900 meters, amounting to 4,950,000. Concreting of Salem Street, Phase 3, 400 meters, amounting to 6 million pesos. And construction of drainage canal along Hamilton Street, 540 linear meter, amounting to 2,970,000 pesos. And concreting of Ihuan Street, amounting to 100 meter, with a length of 100 meters, amounting to 1,650,000, with a subtotal of 76,990,000 pesos. Environmental management, construction of additional shed with irrigation system within the municipal nursery, amounting to 1 million pesos. The total appropriation under our 20% development fund, Mr. Chair, is 81,590,000 pesos. The 20% development fund was derived from the estimated NTA share of the municipality of ISULAN for calendar year 2024 in the amount of 407,940,602 pesos, and the 20% of it amounts to 81,590,000 pesos. In comparison to the 20% development fund for 2023 of 81,600,000, the 20% development fund for 2024 has decreased by has decreased, no, in the amount of 27,335,162 pesos. During the discussions of the programs, projects, activities under the 20% Development Fund, the following were noted by the committee. Rehabilitation, repair, improvement of ISULAN Public Market amounting to 1 million pesos. These items shall be utilized for the expenses to be incurred in the repair and rehabilitation of Gate 4, replacement of manhole covers, and the repair, rehabilitation of the comfort rooms near Gate 4 in the public market, as well as for its maintenance cost. Rehabilitation, repair, improvement of ISULAN Integrated Transport Terminal. Due to dilapidated condition of the ISULAN Public Terminal, this allocation will fund the replacement of manhole covers, the silting of the drainage system in the public terminal, and repair of its lighting system. Installation, repair, maintenance of street lighting system. This amount will fund the 47 units of street lights starting from Calawag 3 Bridge going to Dansuli to have adequate and sufficient lighting system to deter the incidents of crimes during nighttime and for convenience of the constituents. Economic services sector, loan repayment, debt service amounting to 30 million pesos. This amount is earmarked to pay the following loans acquired by the municipal government, Mr. Chairman. February 2014, we have a 15-year loan contract. The principal and the proceeds as of December 31, 2020, 20 million 699,423 pesos and 30 centavos, and 71 million for the expansion of public cemetery. We have 20,699,423 pesos and 30 centavos, and for the upgrading of public market for our Molenque, we have 71,996,233 pesos and 46 centavos. The total is 12,646,467 pesos and 50 centavos. From May 2014, 10 years grace period, 15,480,000 for heavy equipment, 36,700,000 for also for heavy equipment, and 5,841,000 the principal amount and proceeds as of December 31, 2020, low bed trailer, with the total amount of 779,751 pesos and 19 centavos. For our purchase of lot amounting to 50 million pesos, Mr. Chair, we have a total amount due for 2024 amounting to 7,058,929 pesos and 79 centavos. With the amount of 3,190,137.51 pesos for the mobilization, construction of the new municipal building, we have amount due for 2024 amounting to 5,414,641 pesos and 97 centavos. And with the amount of 98,157,169 pesos and 60 centavos, a 42% construction of the new municipal building with an amount due of 12,179,961 pesos and 79 centavos. The total amount to be charged for calendar year 2024 annual budget, Mr. Chair, is 30 million pesos. We still have a remaining amount charged to the continuing appropriation amounting to 14 million pesos 14,701,039 centavos, Mr. Chair. Based on the foregoing, the total amount needed for debt service by the municipal government in calendar year 2024 amounts to 44,701,039 centavos. Although the amount is larger than what is appropriated in this item, the municipal budget officer clarified that there would be no deficit because there's still an unutilized balance in the continuing appropriations for loan repayment for the current budget. Construction, repair, rehabilitation, maintenance of municipal roads and bridges and drainage canals amounting to 46,090,000 pesos. These items are intended to fund the concreting of various streets and construction of drainage canals in the poblacion as above mentioned. All road projects will have shouldering and have the following specifications: thickness of 0.20 meters and a width of 6.1 meter, with a budget of an average of 11,500 per linear meter. Environmental management, construction of additional shed with irrigation system. This allocation is intended for the enhancement and greater productivity of the municipal nursery. Recommendations. Based on the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends passing number 1, resolution adopting the annual investment plan for calendar year 2024 of the municipality of ISULAN by virtue of resolution number 003/2003 MDC, entitled a resolution approving and respectfully endorsing to the Sangguniang Bayan of ISULAN, Sultan Kudarat, the annual investment plan of the municipality for calendar year 2024 for adoption. And number 2, a resolution adopting the PPAs under the 20% Development Fund for calendar year 2024 by virtue of resolution number 2023-002-3-B MDC, entitled a resolution approving and respectfully endorsing to the Sangguniang Bayan of ISULAN, Sultan Kudarat, the proposed programs, projects, activities under the 20% Development Fund for calendar year 2024 amounting to 81,590,000 pesos for adoption. We further recommend, Mr. Chair, that this matter be deliberated on second reading in today's session. Respectfully submitted, the Committee on Finance, Budget Appropriations and Ways and Means, Committee Chairperson, yours truly, Committee Vice Chairperson, Honorable Moises L. Dular, and Committee Secretary, Honorable Marvin L. Dalanon.
Okay. So, any question to the report? So, we'll reserve the discussion during the deliberation of this matter on second reading. Okay. There's already a second to the motion.
I move for the adoption of our committee report, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so the resolution adopting the AIP for calendar year 2024 or the committee report recommending for the passing of the resolution adopting the annual investment plan for calendar year 2024 is hereby adopted, and the measure be calendared for second reading this session. And there are two resolutions, Honorable Apiado. So your motion already contained the two items.
These are the for second reading, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
The motion will be
That's
made
right.
after the
There are
deliberation.
two resolutions recommended.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
The adoption of the AIP
And the NDC 20%.
and the adoption of the PPAs under the 20% development fund.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So did you already move for these two items?
Not yet, Mr. Chair. After second reading deliberation.
Okay. So the resolution adopting the PPAs are also adopted and calendared for second reading.
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Chair. I still have another report, Mr. Chair. This contains
So,
the general
Madam
fund.
Sec, that is contained in the committee report of the Committee on Finance. Item 1 on the committee reports. Okay.
Mr. Chair, we have the committee report number 2023-14 of the Committee on Finance, Budget Appropriations and Ways and Means.
Please proceed, Honorable Apiado.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pursuant to the referred matter to this committee, a series of committee hearings were conducted on December 5 and December 12, 2023, which started at 10 o'clock in the morning. The attendees of the committee hearings were the members of the Local Finance Council, namely the Municipal Budget Officer, Municipal Accountant, and Municipal Treasurer, heads of offices, members of this committee, and other members of the Sanggunian. Item: letter received from the Office of the Mayor addressed to the Honorable Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, for urgent passing of resolution approving the annual budget of the Municipal Government of ISULAN for calendar year 2024, amounting to 491,140,602 pesos. Discussions and findings. Hereunder are the findings of the committee relative to the annual budget of the Municipality of ISULAN for calendar year 2024. Total annual budget for calendar year 2024 and sources of funds. The proposed budget of the municipality for calendar year 2024 amounts to 491,140,602 pesos, an increase of 5.8% or 26,958,955 pesos as compared to the annual budget for calendar year 2023, which was 464,181,647. Below is the comparative table of the annual budget of the Municipality of ISULAN from 2019 to 2024. Mr. Chair. For calendar year 2024, the sources of the budget of the Municipality of ISULAN. Local sources. Income from local sources is estimated to 83,200,000 pesos. An increase of 3.85%, Mr. Chair, or 3,192,000 as compared to the target in calendar year 2023 with an amount of 80,098,000 pesos. The estimated local sources shall come from two main sources of revenue. Total tax revenue, 46,900,000 as compared to 2023 revenue of 44,598,114 pesos and 51 centavos, an increase of 5.16%. This will be sourced out from the local collection of real property taxes, business taxes, local community taxes, and other taxes, Mr. Chair. Item B, non-tax revenue. The total amount is 36,300,000 as compared to 2023 revenue of 35,500,000 pesos, an increase of 2.25%, Mr. Chair. This will be sourced out from local collection of regulatory fees, service, users' charges, and other non-tax receipts. Number 2, National Tax Allotment or NTE. The NTE for 2024 amounts to a total of 407,940,602 pesos, Mr. Chair. which has increased by 23,857,069 pesos, or 6.21% as compared to 384,083,533 pesos in 2023 calendar budget, Mr. Chair. The indicative NTA shares for fiscal year 2024 were based on the computation of the LGU share from the actual collection of national taxes of the third fiscal year prior to the current fiscal year. General observations of the budget are as follows. Below are the general observations, findings, and discussions of the committee as to calendar year 2024 annual budget, Mr. Chairman. Number 1, the proposed expenditure for calendar year 2024 as distributed by major expense class as follows. For PS, we have a total appropriation of 34%, amounting to 167,027,027,497 pesos and 80 centavos. MOOE, we have 34.9%, amounting to 171,505,426 pesos. For special purpose appropriations, we allocated 29.3% of the budget, amounting to 143,752,678 pesos and 55 centavos. For capital outlays, we allocated 1.8% of the total budget, amounting to 8,855,000 pesos, Mr. Chair, with a total amount of 491,140,602 pesos. The departments with the top 5 highest budgets are as follows. Number 1, special purpose appropriations, with a total share of the budget of 29.2%, Office of the Mayor 20.3%, Mayor's Office under Roads and Bridges 8.08%, Municipal Health Office 7.3%, Office of the Vice Mayor 7.2%. The budget will reflect major programs of the municipal government and almost increasing the budget per departments. Number 4, all other items in the budget per office are relatively the same usual expenses, and the allocations are in status quo. Number 5, under the PS of all offices, allocations for all items remain in status quo, except the salaries, which will reflect the implementation of the first tranche of the Salary Standardization Law 6, beginning January 1, 2024. Number 6, due to the expected transfer of the Municipal Hall building to the new Government Center and Municipal Hall building in 2024, all offices have no significant appropriation under the item repair and maintenance of government facilities under the MOE, except Office of the Mayor, Market and Slaughterhouse amounting to 1 million pesos, and the Office of the Vice Mayor, Sangguniang Bayan, amounting to 350,000 pesos for minor repairs. Number 7, these general observations and inconsequential items in status quo will no longer be included in the discussion of the specific budget per office below. During the committee hearings conducted, the committee discussed the proposed budget per office, giving emphasis on the appropriations under the maintenance and other operating expenses and capital outlay, especially items with large or lump sum allocation and new appropriations. Below, Mr. Chair, are the specific observations, findings, and discussions of the committee as to the budget per office. Office of the Mayor. For calendar year 2024, the budget of the Municipal Mayor is set to increase by 21.17%, or 17,470,367 pesos as compared to its budget in calendar year 2023, amounting to 82,518,630 pesos. Below is the expenditure of the Office of the Mayor under each major expense class for calendar year 2024. Now, for the total budget under the Office of the Mayor, we have 99,988,994,000 994 pesos, Mr. Chair. Included in the budget of the Office of the Municipal Mayor are 9 sections and offices under it to it. 1, the PESO. Number 2, GSO. Number 3, Business Permits and Licensing Section. Number 4, Human Resources Management Section. Number 5, Bids and Awards Committee. 6, Persons with Disability Affairs Office, or PDAO. Number 7, Office of the Senior Citizens Association, or OSCA. Number 8, Municipal Youth and Development Office. And number 9, Municipal Local Government Operations Office, or MLGO. Under PS, an amount of 2,866,999 pesos is earmarked for other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase as mandated by the Salary Standardization Law to 2024, also known as Salary Standardization 6, Mr. Chair. Under MOOE, most of the items almost remain in status quo, except some of those items which has a significant increase as follows. Cultural and arts expenses from 1,600,000 to 3,500,000 pesos. This item is used to fund the expenses related to educational, athletic, and cultural activities such as fiestas, inter-school athletics, athletic competitions, and etc. Letter B, Light at 3 program from 200,000 pesos to 1 million pesos, which will be spent for Christmas Festival of ISULAN. General services from 5,500,000 to 7,500,000 in view of the increase in the daily minimum wage rates in the region, Mr. Chair. Sports development program from 1 million pesos to 2 million pesos to fund sports development activities. There is a decrease in the item capacity building program, capacity development from 2,800,000 to 800,000, taking into consideration that the rest of the funds was proportionately distributed to different departments, Mr. Chair. This aimed at strengthening the knowledge, abilities, skills, and behavior of officials and employees and improve institutional structures and processes such that the municipal government can efficiently meet its mission and goals in a sustainable way. There is also a deletion in the items for housing and land use development plan, Bulig Eskwela program, general services doctors, those in open pa rin, in which these items were transferred to GAD budget and the devolution transition plan considering the completion of the project. There are new items added such as sports support to farmers in the amount of 2 million pesos and comprehensive development plan in the amount of 400,000, which the latter item will be utilized for the CDB formulation expenses. Under capital outlay, the Office of the Municipal Mayor has earmarked the amount intended to fund the upgrading of administrative facilities to include 1 unit sound system amounting to 1 million pesos, 1 unit laptop for the LYDO amounting to 60,000 pesos, 2 units heavy-duty body-worn camera amounting to 150,000 pesos, 1 unit desktop computer amounting to 50,000 pesos, CCTV cameras, 1.5 million, 20 units gazebo, tents, 200,000, and 1 unit handheld signal shielding amounting to 50,000 pesos. Discussions, it was found out that the budget for CLUP, which the formulation is still ongoing, is not funded. However, per information from the MPDC, the same is included in the AIP 2024 and it can be funded in the supplemental budget for 2024. Number 2, reaction from Honorable Dalanon as regard the item support to farmers in the amount of 2 million pesos, which according to the Honorable Chairperson of Agriculture is insufficient to fund the PPAs based on the pertinent provisions of Municipal Ordinance number 2023-294 ISB. Under the Office of the Municipal Administrator for calendar year 2024, here's the budget, Mr. Chair. For PS, 1,745,815 pesos. The observation, Mr. Chair, under the Office of the Municipal Administrator, the only item that has an increase in the office is the office supplies expenses from 50,000 to 100,000 pesos, and new additional item, which is the capability building capacity development in the amount of 10,000 pesos. For the office of the municipal vice mayor, we have a total appropriation of 35,574,064 pesos. The amount of 2,008,681 pesos is earmarked in anticipation for the salary increase as mandated by the Salary Standardization Law 2024. Under MOOE, all items are in status quo except for the following. There is an increase in the following items. Number 1, letter A, gasoline, oil, and lubricant expenses from 1 million to 2 million pesos due to the soaring cost of the oil prevailing in the market and to accommodate the necessary expenses of the existing service vehicle and additional 2 units vehicles assigned to the Sangguniang Bayan office. Job order employees from 1.4 million pesos to 2 million pesos. These items shall answer for the wages and annual bonus of job order personnel and others that may be hired in 2024 due to exigency of public service. Repair and maintenance of transport equipment from 400,000 to 500,000 pesos to accommodate the cost of the repair of vehicles assigned to the Office of the Sangguniang Bayan. Membership, dues, and contribution to organizations from 400,000 to 1,050,000 for the SB members to accommodate the increase in their membership dues, contributions, and assistance to Philippine Councilors League, PCL, NMYL, 4L, and other leagues, Mr. Chair. Letter E, opening session and committee hearings from 200,000 pesos to 300,000 pesos and from 500,000 to 600,000 respectively due to the direction of the present Sangguniang Bayan to increase the legislative work and output, Mr. Chair. Letter F, repair and maintenance of government facilities from 200,000 pesos to 300,000 pesos. This is for the repair of SB facilities such as air conditioning systems, computers, photocopiers, printers, and other facilities, as well as office previously occupied by DILG to be utilized as office of the Sangguniang Bayan members. There is a new item included, which is the capability building amounting to 110,000 pesos. This aimed at strengthening the knowledge, ability, skills, and behavior of officials and employees and improve institutional structures and processes such that legislative department can efficiently meet its vision, mission, and goals towards the enactment of quality and relevant legislations for the general welfare of its constituents. Under the capital outlay, an amount of 3,500,000 is earmarked for the purchase of 2 service vehicles for the official use of 2 Sangguniang Bayan members. In all, by 2004, there will be 7 vehicles for the Sangguniang Bayan, 1 for the Vice Mayor and 6 for the SB members. Secretary to the SB, we have a total budget of 7,729,675 pesos. The observations and findings, Mr. Chair. The amount of 854,000 is earmarked in anticipation for the salary increase as mandated by the Salary Standardization Law. Under MOOE, all items are almost in status quo except for the following. Travel expenses from 400,000 to 450,000 pesos due to the soaring transportation costs both in land and air. Number 2, office supplies from 150,000 pesos to 200,000 pesos to the soaring cost of supplies and materials and the increase in the volume of work of the office. Number 3, gasoline, oil, and lubricants from 200,000 pesos to 250,000 pesos due to the soaring price of oil in the market. And number 4, repair and maintenance of transportation equipment from 70,000 to 100,000 pesos for a service vehicle and 3 motorcycles assigned to the Office of the SB Secretary. A new item was included, which is the capability building in the amount of 130,000 pesos, aimed at enhancing the capability of the staff in assisting the Sangguniang Bayan as backstop of the local legislation. Under the capital outlay, the amount of 40,000 pesos is earmarked for the purchase of 1-unit laptop for the Secretary to the SB. Under the Municipal Legal Office, Mr. Chair, under the PS, the amount of 228,000 pesos is earmarked in the anticipation of the salary standardization law. Under MOOE, all items are in status quo except the office supplies, which has an increase of 10,000 pesos. The same in new item was included, which is the capability building in the amount of 30,000 pesos. This would mean 10,000 pesos per personnel, Mr. Chair. Under the Office of the Municipal Treasurer, the total budget is 15,652,760 pesos. Under the PS, the amount of 973,000 is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase as mandated under the Salary Standardization Law 2024. For its MOOE, all items are in status quo except for the increase in the traveling expenses from 350,000 pesos to 400,000 pesos to accommodate the fare hike in both land and air. The same, a new item includes capability building amounting 250,000 pesos. Under capital outlay, the amount of 160,000 pesos is earmarked for the purchase of 2 units motorcycle for the office to be utilized for revenue collection. For the Office of the Budget Officer, the total appropriation is 5,217,462 pesos. Under PS, the amount of 420,000 pesos is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for salary increase as mandated under the Salary Standardization Law 2024. All items in the budget are in status quo except for travel expenses under MOOE, which has an increase of 50,000 pesos. A new item was included, which is the capability building in the amount of 60,000 pesos. Number 8, Municipal Planning and Development Officer. The total budget is 7,537,923 pesos. The amount of 647,826 pesos is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase next year. Under MOOE, all items are in status quo except for traveling expenses, which has an increase of 50,000 pesos. A new item is included, which is the capability building in the amount of 60,000 pesos. Under capital outlay, the amount of 50,000 pesos is earmarked for the purchase of 1 unique desktop computer. For municipal accountant, a total budget of 7,475,818 pesos. The amount of 530,000 pesos is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for salary increase as mandated under Salary Standardization Law 2024. Under MOOE, all items are in status quo except for the office supplies expense and gasoline, oil and lubricant, which has increased from 300,000 pesos to 350,000 pesos and 250,000 pesos to 300,000 pesos respectively. A new item was included, which is the CapDev, capability building, in the amount of 110,000 pesos. Office of the Municipal Assessor, a total budget of 8,015,792 pesos and 80 centavos. The amount of 627,000 is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase as mandated under the Salary Standardization Law. Travel expenses, which has an increase of 50,000 pesos to cope with the soaring cost of land and airfares and tax campaign of RPT with an increase of 25,000 pesos. A new item, which is the capability building in the amount of 90,000 pesos, aimed at enhancing the capability of the personnel of the said office, Mr. Chair. Under capital outlay, an amount, okay. The new item under the municipal assessor, our tax program maintenance in the amount of 300,000 pesos, aimed at enhancing appraisal and assessment of real properties for taxation purposes towards its fair, accurate, and effective execution. Under capital outlay, an amount is allocated for development of electronic tax mapping in the amount of 500,000 pesos to provide systematic tax mapping of real properties for purposes of taxation, Mr. Chairman. Under the local civil registrar's office, the total budget is 6,201,990 pesos. The amount of 448,000 pesos and 526 pesos is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase. Under MOOE, all items are in status quo except the following: traveling expenses from 350 pesos to 370,000 pesos. Gasoline, oil, and lubricants, transportation equipment from 200,000 pesos to 300,000 pesos. Repair and maintenance transportation equipment from 50,000 pesos to 150,000 pesos. A new item was included, which is the capability building in the amount of 90,000 pesos. Under capital outlay, an amount of 325,000 pesos is allocated for the acquisition of the following: 1 unit retractable compactor for archival shelving amounting to 275,000 pesos and 1 unit flatbed scanner amounting to 50,000 pesos. Under the Municipal Engineering Office, a total budget of 15,392,033 pesos. The amount of 985,630 is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase as mandated under the Salary Standardization Law. Under MOOE, all items are in status quo except the following: there is an increase in the following items: traveling expenses from 450,000 to 550,000 pesos. Office supplies expenses from 300,000 to 350,000 pesos. Gasoline, oil, and lubricant transportation equipment from 400,000 pesos to 500,000 pesos. The same new item under capability building in the amount of 350,000 pesos. Under capital outlay, an amount of 1 million pesos is allocated for the acquisition of the following: 1 unit 4x2 pickup vehicle, 900,000 pesos, to be used for monitoring of ongoing and completed projects in compliance with the National Building Code, and 2 units desktop computer amounting to 100,000 pesos. Municipal Social Welfare and Development Office, for calendar year 2024, the budget of the Office of the Municipal Social and Development Officer is set to increase by 10.6% or 606,584 pesos. 584 pesos as compared to its budget in calendar year 2023 of 5,708,890. The budget of the office as per expenditure under each major expense class is as follows: personal benefits, PS 5,883,474, MOOE of 1,232,000, with the total amount of 6,315,474. Under PS, the amount of 457,186 pesos is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase for 2024. MOOE, all items are in status quo except the following: office supplies expense from 200,000 to 250,000 pesos. gasoline, oil, and lubricant transportation equipment from 250,000 pesos to 300,000 pesos. A new item is included, which is the capability building in the amount of 80,000 pesos. Other operating expenses of the office could be found in the Gender and Development Fund, Mr. Chair. According to MSWDO, the GAD Fund was already reviewed by the DILG in accordance with the guidelines set forth for the purpose. Under the Office of the Municipal Agriculturist, the total budget is 16,254,879. It has an increase of 11.6 million as compared to its previous budget, Mr. Chairman. The amount of 972,533 pesos is earmarked under the other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase for next year. Under MOOE, all items are in status quo except the following: traveling expenses from 400,000 pesos to 500,000 pesos. Corn program from 300,000 pesos to 400,000 pesos. Livestock program from 300,000 to 400,000 pesos. And rural-based organization amounting to 200,000 pesos. A new item is included, which is the capability building in the amount of 350,000 pesos. Here are the salient features of the budget of the Office of the Municipal Agriculturist, which are intended to fully implement the devolved programs and activities of the national counterpart, Mr. Chair. Rice program, 1,020,000, which will fund the expenses for the distribution of certified palay seedlings in all barangays of the municipality, with the exemption of barangays Calawag 2 and Canram. Corn program, 400,000 pesos, which will fund the distribution of seeds and farm inputs to selected indigent corn farmers. Livestock program of 400,000 pesos, which will fund the purchase of livestock for feeding and distribution to selected barangay rural improvement clubs and other associations, and for the purchase of anti-rabies and biologics, Mr. Chair. High-value crops development program amounting to 400,000 pesos, which will fund the purchase of inputs for indigent farmers of high-value products like banana, vegetables, fruits, spices, and ornamentals. Number 5, rural-based organizations amounting to 200,000 pesos, which will fund the cooperative month celebration and the expenses for meetings and rural-based organizations to include meals and snacks and honoraria of resource persons. Fishery sector amounting to 400,000 pesos, which will fund the dispersal of hito and tilapia fingerlings to qualified fish pond owners. The Municipal Health Office, for calendar year 2024, the budget of the Office of the Municipal Health Officer is set to increase by 8.5%, or 2,824,054 pesos as compared to its previous budget of 33,085,779 pesos. The total appropriation for 2024 is 35,909,833 pesos. The amount of 1,665,212 pesos is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase for 2024. Under MOOE, all items are in status quo except the following: traveling expenses from 900,000 pesos to 1 million pesos. Drugs and medicine expenses from 2 million pesos to 3.8 million pesos. Laboratory reagents and supplies from 900,000 pesos to 1 million pesos. Other maintenance and operating expenses, special health program from 150,000 pesos to 400,000 pesos. There is a decrease in the appropriation for non-communicable disease program from 1 million to 800,000 and deletion of the funding for COVID response program. New items were included, which is the capability building in the amount of 330,000, aimed at enhancing the capability of the personnel in discharging their duties and responsibilities for the general welfare of the Isulanons. Here are the main features of the budget of the Municipal Health Office, Mr. Chair. Number 1, drugs and medicines amounting to 3.8 million pesos. This amount will be used to fund the medicines of the RHU pharmacy on top of the medicines provided by the DOH to the LGU through the Butika ng Bayan. Drugs for priority purchase are considered essential medicines like paracetamol, antibiotics, mefenamic acid, multivitamins, etc. And in their distribution, preference is given to the indigents and the elderly. Number 2, dental drugs and medical expenses amounting to 250,000 pesos, which is intended to fund the purchase of dental products and supplies, including local anesthesia. Number 3, laboratory reagents and supplies amounting to 1 million pesos, which will be used to fund the purchase of chemical reagents, controls, and laboratory supplies for the use of the clinical laboratory. Number 4, special health program amounting to 400,000 pesos, which is intended to fund activities for drug rehabilitation and other drug-related programs, HIV program, adolescent program, and dengue program, which all shall entail barangay, school, and sector-based trainings to include information, education, and communication materials, meals and snacks, t-shirts, honoraria of speakers, and other contingencies. Oral health program amounting to 50,000 pesos, which is intended to fund the school-based distribution of oral kits and the fluoride mouth rinse program in preparation for the anticipated face-to-face classes. Okay na? Sustansya para sa masa amounting to 50,000 pesos. BHW, BNS honoraria, MCVH honoraria, 2,190,000 and 2,160,000 pesos respectively, which is intended for the payment of municipal government and DOH accredited BHWs and volunteer health workers. Nutrition Action Program amounting to 200,000 pesos to fund the Nutrition Month celebration and additional programs of the office such as barangay-based seminars and trainings on maternal health and nutrition, infant and young child feeding practices, and other food and nutrition-related programs. Number 9, non-communicable disease amounting to 800,000 pesos, which is intended to fund the medication, medical supplies, and treatment of residents with common non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular disease, close and open pa rin, hypertension, diabetes, and chronic respiratory disease. This will also shoulder the IEC campaigns and other strategies to fight these diseases. The detailed PPAs under this budget are reflected under the local health board budget, Municipal Health Board 2023. Municipal Mayor under the Market and Slaughterhouse under the Office of the Mayor. For calendar year 2024, the budget of the Economic Enterprise Division is set to increase by 12.08% or 2,436,725 pesos as compared to its budget last year, with the total amount of 20,170,000 pesos, 544 pesos. Total budget Slaughterhouse is 24,823,416 pesos. Under PS, the amount of 1,665,212 pesos is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase next year. Under MOOE, some items has increased while there are no other items with considerable reduction, and some are in status quo as follows. With increase, General Services GO from 4 million to 5 million pesos to fund the salaries of job order employees of the municipal government under this office. Repair and maintenance of government facilities from 500,000 pesos to 1 million pesos for the public market structure. With reduction, water expense from 700,000 pesos. Water expenses of 700,000 pesos and electrical expense of 1.8 million pesos that are intended to fund the water and electric bills of the economic enterprises, the common areas of the public terminal, public cemetery, and public market, including the electric consumption of individual stall owners, except the perimeter stalls have been reduced from 1 million and 2 million to aforesaid budgets respectively. Gasoline, oil, and lubricants decreased from 180,000 pesos to 160,000 pesos. Travel expenses has decreased from 170,000 pesos to 100,000 pesos. New items were included, which is the capability building amounting to 530,000 pesos. Environmental services under the Office of the Mayor, a total budget of 7,365,000 pesos. For sanitary landfill, 500,000 pesos, which will fund the cost for the filling materials, pesticides, and herbicides used at the sanitary landfill in Sitio Camanga, Barangay Lagilayan. Forest land use plan amounting to 400,000 pesos, which will fund the formulation of foreign land use plan as mandated under the existing law. Further, it has been observed that there are two items in the budget of the office that has increased to it. Gasoline, oil, and lubricants expenses from 3.5 million pesos to 4 million pesos. The increase is intended to provide the fuel needs of the Menro vehicles, 1 bulldozer at the sanitary landfill, 5 motorcycles, and 3 dump trucks under the said office used for garbage collection. The present garbage collection areas includes the poblacion areas Barangays Calawag 1, 2, and 3, commercial areas of Barangay Dansuli, all subdivisions, all municipal buildings, and public market, which has the most volume of garbage, with a combined garbage volume of 10 to 12 tons per day. From 2022, the area of collection had widened to include some parts of Barangay Sampaw and Barangay Dansuli. Office supplies from 400,000 pesos to 450,000 pesos. Under the capital outlay, an amount of 260,000 pesos is allocated to purchase 1 unit laptop, 60,000 pesos, and 1 unit multipurpose 3-wheeler vehicle, 200,000 pesos. Office of the Mayor, Roads and Bridges, the total appropriation is 39,730,000. Gasoline, oil, and lubricant expense, 15 million pesos. This will fund the fuel needs of the heavy equipment and vehicles under the Office of the Municipal Engineer. Repair and maintenance infrastructure assets, 1.5 million pesos. This will fund the repair and maintenance of infrastructure assets to include bridges, parks, plazas, monuments, and other such assets of the municipality. However, compared to the previous year, there is a reduction from 2 million to 1.5 million pesos. Repair and maintenance of municipal roads and drainage canals amounting to 630,000. This will be used to fund the repair and maintenance of roads and drainage canals of the municipality. Repair and maintenance of machinery and equipment, 6.5 million pesos. This will be used to fund the repair and maintenance of all heavy equipment, machineries, and vehicles under the Municipal Engineering Office to include 1 pickup, several motorcycles, 1 grader, 5 dump trucks, backhoe, 1 road roller, and 1 prime mover, among others. An increase of 500,000 pesos in this item. Cost for public utilities such as water expenses, 1.3 million pesos, and electricity expenses amounting to 11.8 million pesos are based on the actual usage of the which includes consumption of the buildings in the municipal compound, the municipal government-supported national line agencies, and municipal street lights. There is a decrease in this item of 200,000 pesos for each item. Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office. The total budget of the office is 3,380,657. The amount of 263,000 pesos, 493 pesos is earmarked under other personal benefits in anticipation for the salary increase next year. Under MOOE, all items are in status quo except for the item travel expenses, in which there is a decrease from 380,000 to 300,000. A new item is included amounting to 80,000 pesos. Under capital outlay, the amount of 50,000 pesos is earmarked for the purchase of 1-unit laptop. For special purpose appropriations, under special purpose appropriations, the same items had been customarily appropriated for in the preceding years had been carried over to include the following: mandatory statutory requirement in the budget of 5% LDRRMF, 20% development fund, gender and development, local council for the protection of children, which are approved in lump sum, and the aid to barangay, senior citizens, and persons with disabilities. Number 2, the financial assistance to other government agencies, Municipal Local Government Operations Office, MLGOO, Municipal Trial Court, Regional Trial Court, Provincial Prosecutor's Office, Provincial Public Attorney's Office, and Municipal Youth Development Council. Finally, a further review of the annual budget for calendar year 2024 has revealed that it has complied with the provisions of the Local Government Code of 1991 on budgetary requirement under Section 324 of the Local Code and General Limitation Section 325 and other statutory budgetary requirement and existing contractual obligations. Those with discussions as reflected above shall be resolved accordingly during the budget deliberation. Recommendation, Mr. Chair. Based on the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends to pass a resolution enacting an appropriation ordinance approving the annual budget of the municipal government of ISULAN for calendar year 2024 amounting to 491,140,602 pesos. That further this measure be deliberated on second reading in today's session. Respectfully submitted by the Committee on Finance, Committee Chairperson, yours truly, Committee Vice Chairperson, Honorable Moises Dolar, and Committee Secretary, Honorable Marvin L. Dalanon.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Apiado. Any comment from the members on the committee report?
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Dalanon is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, ang last namong istorya sa committee, ma-report pa si Municipal Agriculturist, si Roger, on the ordinance nga mabudgetan sang tama. Pero wala pa man siya ka-report. Hindi, actually, ma'am, ang sa committee gid mismo, wala pa natapos because of the requirements of the committee.
Okay. Anyway, let's have a recess for 10 minutes. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, session is resumed. Okay, so, rules are suspended. Madam Sec, do may mention kay nasang SIR? Paano to?
Off the record lang.
Oh, off the record
Ah,
okay. at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.